What if I told you there was a man so terrifying in the ring that fighters didn't just lose to him, they broke? A man whose fists weren't just weapons, they were punishment. A fighter who didn't want to outbox you, he wanted to hurt you. This isn't just another boxing legend. This is Roberto Durán, and this is the story of the most feared fighter in boxing history. Roberto Durán wasn't born into comfort. He was born into survival. Raised in the streets of Panama, Duran learned early that weakness meant nothing and toughness meant everything. Fighting wasn't a sport to him, it was life. Hunger shaped him, poverty hardened him, and by the time he stepped into the ring, he carried the mentality of a man who had nothing to lose. They called him Manos de Piedra, hands of stone, and once you faced him, you understood why. Duran didn't dance around the ring, he stalked it. Every step forward was pressure. Every punch was thrown with bad intentions. He attacked the body like it owed him money, ribs, liver, arms, breaking fighters down piece by piece until their will collapsed. Opponents didn't just fight Duran, they endured him. From lightweight domination to legendary wars, Duran carved through his competition with a savage style the boxing world had never seen before. He wasn't flashy, he wasn't polite, he was raw, violent, relentless. At lightweight, he was nearly untouchable. Champions fell, contenders disappeared, and fear followed him everywhere he went. But Duran didn't stop there. He climbed divisions, fighting bigger, stronger men, and still brought the same ferocity, the same cruelty, the same refusal to back down. Then came Sugar Ray Leonard. Speed versus savagery, style versus brutality, skill versus hunger. In their first fight, Duran dragged Leonard into a war, forced him into his world, and beat him at his own game. It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. I am not afraid of anyone. Yes, history remembers no moss, but boxing fans know better. One moment does not erase decades of terror. Duran fought over 100 professional fights, 4 weight divisions, against legends across generations. He faced Hearns, Hagler, Leonard, men bigger, taller, stronger, and he never stopped coming forward. Because Roberto Durán wasn't built on perfection, he was built on war. Even past his prime, even when logic said quit, Duran kept fighting, not for money, not for fame, but because fighting was who he was. He wasn't the cleanest fighter, he wasn't the most disciplined, but when it came to heart, intimidation, and raw fear, no one matched him. When Roberto Durán walked to the ring, fighters didn't wonder if it would hurt, they wondered how long they could survive. Roberto Durán didn't just win fights, he left scars, physical and mental. He reminded the world that boxing isn't always pretty. Sometimes it's brutal, sometimes it's unforgiving, and sometimes it's pure fear. Legends come and go, champions rise and fall, but fear lasts forever. And that's why Roberto Durán will always be remembered as the most feared fighter in boxing history. If you're a true boxing fan, hit that like button, subscribe for more legendary fight stories, and comment below, do you think anyone in boxing history was more feared than Roberto Durán? Until next time, respect the warriors.